Hello, welcome to your mat. Thank you for joining me for this heart healing yoga practice. Let your hands come together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs into your chest, and float your eyes closed. Noticing your breath. Noticing your body. We've all been touched by COVID-19 in some way. And if you haven't yet, it may yet reach out to you or someone you love. So with our intention being to support all those with COVID-19, coronavirus, all those frontline workers, and all the essential workers who are doing so much so that our lives may carry on. We bow to them and we bow to one another for taking this time to heal our hearts. Allow your hands to float down to your knees or thighs, chin down toward your chest without any effort. And then float your right ear over toward your right shoulder and take your left fingertips down to the ground, leaning away from your hand. And breathe. Inhale, come back to center, hand returns to your thigh. Exhale, we'll go the other way, fingertips down, pause for a breath. Return, chin to chest, hand to thigh. On your next inhale, feel that rising tide of your breath and let your arms ride it up. And then as you exhale, let your hands float down to the full extent of your exhale. So each of us breathes at a different pace. Just tune into your breath and follow it up and down. And we'll do that one more time. And if you'd like to add a sigh to this last exhale, feel free. Let your hands float back to your legs. Just paying attention on purpose to your body and where you're feeling any tension. And I invite you to direct your breath there. Taking a few deep breaths into whatever area of your torso you're feeling some tension, holding on. And on your exhale, ask it to release itself from your body. And now we'll transition to all fours, but take your time in getting there. And once you arrive, make sure you have a few props around you. If you need to pause me to grab some, go ahead and do so. Either some pillows or some blocks will come in handy here. And when you're ready, take your knees wide, let your big toes come together. Weight goes over your heels, and then walk your hands forward. And if your head comes all the way down to the ground, great. If it doesn't, and you want to prop some pillows in here or maybe a block under your chest. And remember, those blocks have 3 heights on them, so whatever works for you. One thing I always like to do though is to catch my head on something just so it feels supported instead of dangling there for long periods of time. And once you find yourself in child's pose in a comfortable position, take 10 deep breaths into your back body. Feeling your shirt rise up on the inhale and your belly soften and sink deeper to the ground on the exhale. You might notice your body relaxing down a little more with each exhale. And after 10 breaths there, we'll transition, setting our blocks aside or whatever props you were using. And then come to a seated position and stretch your right leg out before you. Left foot comes to your inner thigh. Make sure you can feel both sits bones on the ground. Sometimes it feels good to put a little something underneath your pelvis so that your hips tilt forward slightly. You can actually use your blocks or pillows here too if you need to. You'll square your shoulders out over your foot, which is flexed. Inhale up. As you hinge forward from your hips, go as far as you can and then float your arms down towards your foot or letting the arms rest on the blocks. Then you can let your head come down towards your knees or again support your head in some way if that feels good. 10 deep breaths into your back body. Should feel a nice stretch in this pose. And we're taking our time today on purpose with each pose and thinking about the front and the back side of our heart as we breathe in and breathe out. Filling our lungs up completely on each inhale and each exhale. After 10 breaths there, we'll switch to the other side. Making sure you feel both sits bones first, flexing the foot, squaring your shoulders out toward that foot. Inhale up, hinge forward from your hips, and then let your arms float down. Now sometimes when I get here, my knee hurts a little bit, so I just put a hand underneath it to support it, picking it up off the ground just a little. So you do what's right for you. And then nose comes down towards your knee gently, never forcing anything. Just taking your time, breathing into your back body once again. Filling the lungs completely. And after 10 breaths there, we'll set the props aside. Bring both legs ahead of you and give them a little shake out if they need it. And then we'll make our way up to standing. So do so slowly. Sometimes it's better if you keep your head above your heart. So a good way to get up is to put one knee forward and put your hands on it while you tuck the back toes under and stand up that way. I'm going to turn sideways here so you can see what I'm doing. We inhale all the way up. As you exhale, let your palms land on your thighs and then slowly come forward into a fold. So my hands are supporting my back, especially if my core isn't strong. And we're going to hold this forward fold with soft knees. Once you get here, we'll hold it 10 breaths again, but nod your head yes and shake it no. And then begin your deep breathing, front and back of your heart. And if you can, ask the air to go all the way down into your belly. And Sometimes stillness feels good, and sometimes shifting your weight forward and back or side to side gently might stretch out different angles on the hamstrings. So feel free to either embrace stillness or move your body about. And after 10 breaths, stay here, bend your knees quite a lot, and then try reaching your tailbone up toward the sky as you tuck your chin in toward your chest and bring your chest closer or maybe right on your thighs. And then release that. Bend your knees, take your hands just above your knees and use your arm strength to bring you all the way up. Beautiful. Take a big inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Right foot forward, left foot back, and I'm just setting my left foot off at an angle. My knee is bent to start with. Just slide your hands all the way down that leg and then straighten out that leg and draw your nose towards your knee. Stay here and breathe. 10 deep breaths. Noticing the front and the back side of your heart. Creating more space around it. Each breath. And then after 10 breaths there, bend into both knees and walk your hands the other way, spinning on your heels. So now those toes are going straight ahead, the back toes are pointing forward at an angle, nose to knee. And you always want to keep a little micro bend in your knee. Never have to straighten it out nor hyperextend. Just breathe and relax here. Good spot for the blocks if your hands aren't making it down to the ground. You might notice discrepancy from side to side. One side might feel a little bit more relaxed, a little looser than the other, and that's perfectly natural. Breathing deeply all the way around your heart. And then bend into both knees and get up on your back toes, and we'll set that back knee all the way down, relaxing your toenails on the ground. And then maybe walk that foot forward a little bit, blocks framing your foot, and send your hip forward. So you're thinking about your tailbone pointing forward. And breathing here. You can stay here. There's several different options you have in this pose, but the goal is to stretch out the hip flexor. Sometimes we tend to tighten up and sit a lot, and maybe watching a lot more movies than we're used to, or perhaps sitting at our desk more than we're used to. So it's good to stretch the hip flexor out. Option could be to bring your hands, forearms up to your thigh as you're sending the weight forward, or maybe to just let your body rest on that front knee, thigh. And after 10 breaths there, we'll switch out legs Bringing that foot back, other foot forward, and then sinking your weight forward. And just be sure to always look down at your knee to make sure it's not going past your toe. Breathing, asking the muscles, tendons, ligaments that feel tight to relax and let go. And feel free to try any modification you'd like. And after 10 breaths there, we'll shift our weight back and bring our knee back. And then sit off onto one hip or the other, bringing your feet forward. Flex your feet. Take a tall inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward from your hips, and then let your hands reach forward towards your toes. Mine are not going to make it right now. So I'm going to put the blocks on either side of me. Another option is to put a pillow on your belly, maybe one on your lower leg so you have a little support here. Whatever feels most comfortable to you, but please breathe deeply, giving your body permission to let go and release a little more with each exhale. Thinking about your heart space, front, back, sides of your heart as you breathe here. And then after 10 breaths, make your way up to a tall seat. Shaking those legs off if they need it. And then reach your arms forward with a tall spine. Lean back with a flat back, about 5 or 7 inches, and then begin to hollow out. Squeeze your feet together so you can go down slowly. And once your head is down, bring your right knee in toward your chest and take that leg across your body, just taking time for a twist here. Reach the arm away as you're breathing your 10 breaths. If it feels good to float that hand above your head, down toward your bottom and back out to the side. Feel free to do that. It's a great shoulder opener. And then rolling onto your back for the remainder of your breaths. This time, try to breathe way down in your belly. Twisting poses are great for giving your internal organs a bit of a massage and helping to release toxins from our body. So try and incorporate a twist every day. I like to do this one in bed before I get up in the morning. After 10 breaths, come on to your back. Bring both knees in and gently hug your knees as you rock your body side to side, massaging and realigning your spine. And then keep your left leg as you stretch your right leg out long. Take the left leg across your body. Reach away, look away, float the hand above the head and down toward the bottom. And back out to the side till your shoulder comes back on the ground. You're reaching away and looking away from your legs. As you finish your 10 breaths here. And then on to your back you go. Hugging both knees in once more. Gently rocking. And then feet come down. Give your legs a big long stretch out. Inhale your arms up. Exhale as they land on the ground above your head. Big stretch, fingertip to toe tip. Exhale, relax. Take your feet wide to the edges of your mat or place a pillow beneath your knees. Inhale your hands up, and as you exhale, let your hands land at your sides, palms up. Take 5 deep belly breaths here. Inhale, fill up completely. Exhale, release thoroughly. Give your body permission to spread out in all directions. Letting go a little more, melting into the mat, carpet beneath you, into the floor beneath you, into the earth beneath you. The invitation is always there to stay longer. Or if you're doing this before you fall asleep at night, just turn this off and fall asleep. You can stay with me a little longer. Place your right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly, and feel the air coming in and then leaving your body. Noticing that our heart feels more open, more free, more at peace. When you're ready, wiggle fingers, toes, maybe circle, wrists and ankles. And then walk your feet in. Inhale, hands up to the ceiling. Exhale as they land on the ground above your head in a relaxed manner. Gently drop knees side to side. And then floating on to whatever side is right for you today. Rest down on that side for a few deep breaths here. Grounding. Feeling more connected to the earth and to yourself. Allow your hands to help return you to a comfortable seat. Transitioning with eyes closed or open. Let your hands rest down. And then in front of your heart for a few breaths. Pressing your thumbs into your heart, noticing the beat within. On your next breath in, make it a tall one. As you exhale, bow to yourself and Bow to all those afflicted with COVID-19, coronavirus. All of our healthcare workers, everyone on the front line, 911 operators, policemen, firemen and women, all the grocery clerks, all the drivers who get the produce to us, and all the goods they deliver, as well as the farmers who grow our crops and produce our milk. May they all be well and safe, and may you stay well, my friend. Namaste. When you own your breath, no one can steal your peace.